Okay, we're back. So a little bit of a cleanup before we go to adding some buttons here. If for example right now I select the light, the contents are still there. I select the camera, the contents are still showing here, which is not good. So we can change that by going to this part. So if the requester is open, so if we don't make it to this part, for example, let's put an else statement here. Okay, so we're going to say lb items is equal to nil, m items is equal to nil. This will make sure that we reset all those values in the list boxes. And then we do, if requester is open, if the requester is open, we need the open and close bracket there, then update it. Okay, that ought to do it. I think so. And also, if the selected channel is not there, we should put the slider value at 0. So let's add an else statement as well here. Okay, so that should do it. So let's go back here and let me remove and add it again. Unknown object reference on line 30. My slider. Of course, slider should only be active if the requester is open. So I need to do that as well, requester. So let me go back here. So if the requester is open, do that. But of course, since this is just one item I'm putting in here, I can remove these brackets and just leave it like that. It's still very valid, which is the same I can do down here to reduce the amount of code. So let me do OK, redo that again, and we are good to go. So let me go to bones object, select that one, move around so you see the values are moving, but that's the wrong thing selected. So let me get this one, the mouth. Okay, so those are the values. However, if I select a light now, it should empty that, and the camera, which is exactly what's happening. Select that, I have my group again, and so on. Okay, so things are going very well so far. Now we can simply add a simple button here to open the graph editor, and then 2 buttons to move through, to move from one key to the next. And that will be it. Then we are done with our Morph mixer. Okay, so let me go back here and add a few buttons. So let's go to the options here. After the mini slider, let's come here and say CTL button. So these are buttons we are adding here. So this one is going to be named graph, or simply let's just put the famous E there. Okay, and then the width 20, and what else do we add here? We have to add a function that will be activated when it's clicked. So we're going to say show graph editor. That's what we're going to call this function here. Okay, we need 2 more buttons here, but let me give this one a name of B1, just so I can set its position. Copy that, bring it here, So B1, I'm setting the position of B1. I want it below the slider. So if the slider is at 10 here, that's fine. And this is the Y axis. So I'm going to add a few more. I'm going to add about 30, 60, 70, 80, 90. That'll be fine. And the width, I won't do that because I'll use this one. And that should actually work. So let's see how that looks like. The callback function does not exist. Okay, so that's the mistake I made. I did not create this function. So I have to create the show graph editor function. So I can simply put it right here. And that's it. I don't need to type anything in there. As long as the function exists, it's going to be forgiving. And there we go. So we have an E button right there, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So the E button should only function when there's a selected channel. So if selected channel, then we can do something. So let's see what the selected channel is at this point. Info selected channel dot name. So let's see what the name is when we click that button. So now that there's nothing, it's not going to do anything. So when I add some items here, select a channel, click, it's going to show me that's the one. Now, in order for me to actually open the graph editor, I need a few things. So if I go to the graph editor here, if I go into my item there and the mouth, go to this one and double click. So the name that you see here, I should be able to create this name because that's the name I should call. So this is the object name plus the group name plus the channel name. So I need both the group name and the channel name and the item name. So the object name is not difficult to get because we just get the selected item. And we already have this one, but we don't have the group name. So in order to make things easier, what we need to do is let's put a global, just the way we've done the selected channel. We can also add one for the selected channel group. Okay, so we can set it as well once we are setting all this. So let me go down here and look for selected channel. Where are we actually setting? And that's right there. So right where we're doing this, we can also set the selected channel group is equal to, as you have seen, this is the selected channel group right there, my channel group. Okay, we put it there and we're good to go. So wherever this is selected channel was used, I should also reset, because I had reset it somewhere. Where did I set it to nil? Right there. So where I set it to nil, I can also set the channel group to nil. Okay, so that should do it. And let me go back now. Did I put it at the top? Yes, I did. So let me go back here and construct a string that I need when I want to show the graph editor. Okay. Now, there are several ways to do this. I could use the command input, which might take a little bit of time, but let me construct the string first. Let's let me just say the channel, or my channel, is equal to, so first of all, let's get the object name. So we need to get the selected object. So let's do this one where we say object is equal to scene dot first select. So whatever is selected, that's our object right there. So I should make sure there's actually a selected object. So I could do this up here so that I use one if statement, and then I can say if channel and object. Okay, so then I can say my channel is equal to object dot name plus. So as you remember here, this is what we are going for. We want the object name, the group, and the channel name. So we have all those plus, and if you notice very well, there's a string in between. There's a dot in between these, so we have to add that dot with inverted commas like that, plus channel, selected channel group dot name plus another dot, and then plus selected channel dot name. Okay, so we've successfully constructed this string right here. All we need to know now is to open the graph editor and show the specific one that we want. Okay, so in order to do that, let's go back here. Let me remove this info because we don't want it to show us anything. So there's something called command input. That's what I'm going to use, because the other method is to recreate the channel and then click edit. However, that method is a bit dangerous because you may end up creating channels or replacing keys in that channel. So I'm not going to use that method. I'm going to use the command input like that. So first let's create the command, this com that we're going to put in there. So we're going to say com is equal to, so now we have to find the right command here that we're going to use to open the window. So what we say is we go here and say the command is pretty easy. It's ge underscore open window, and then we put a mode. We're just going to put 1 there or 0. I don't really know what those modes actually do for now. And then we just pass the thing in there, and let's see if it actually opens. Meanwhile, let's not mind this one. Let me comment this out. Just this is enough to open the graph editor window. So let's see if it actually happens. So let me close that. And then I go and select these. And there we go. So we have the graph editor there. Let's select something else here and click the graph editor. And you will see that it's not selected in the graph editor. So the only thing remaining now is to tell it exactly which channel to select, because if I select another channel here and open it again, you find the wrong channel there. So in order to do this, we need to select a specific channel. So the command for that is simple. So first of all, we need to select the channel to open and then open the window. So to select the channel, it's the command is genv like that, set environment, and then we put the channel name here, and then we tell it whether to append or not. So we don't want to append to what the existing channels, so we'll put a 0 for false, and then here we'll put the channel name. So this is where we'll need this, my channel, and we're going to put it there as a string. All right, so let's see if that actually works. Let's go here and there. And it hasn't worked, so probably because the channel name requires inverted commas. So let's put these double inverted commas like so. However, this means that we've created two strings, one string here and nothing here, and then another string here. So we have to escape this string here by using a slash key like that, and then do the same thing here. So these are regarded as normal, they are part of the text now because they've been escaped like that. So let's try that again. Let me go back here. And let's try it now. And it still isn't working. So the video has run its course. So what I'm going to do is tinker with it and see exactly what the problem is so that we can finish up in the next video. And one more thing, we need to add two buttons here for moving in between keyframes. So I'll see you in the next video.